All right, we are back here, second game of the D2 semifinals. Distortion taking on Wolfpack. And we would like to thank the 2011 PSP sponsors for making all of this possible. So, interesting game, that first game, as we watched the international battle of Grad Moscow and Dow Warburg, and it was just all Grad Moscow.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to see a little bit closer match here. Is Distortion actually from Chicago taking on Wolfpack. Distortion, Badlands is their
home field,
and their oldest player is 23.
It's a young roster.
Young roster, yeah. So let's see what they have to bring here. Just about 5 seconds, actually 2 seconds for the start of this match. You are looking at Wolfpack on your screen right now. And on the breakout, 2 guns up in the back. And immediately
Wolfpack.
after that, split guns, one of them gets shot, and they are trying to make moves on the Dorito side. Oh, down 2 bodies now with, and it looks, 2 bodies down, 3 alive for the Wolfpack.
Distortion losing 2 off their side, and
a
a red
major
flag.
penalty for Distortion. Cafis, what happened? I was looking at the opposite side of the field.
It looked like one of the players decided to keep pulling the trigger after he got hit, man. And I would like to think that's cheating in our book. Looks like.
Wow, and they are just walking off in droves now,
man.
and here comes it's all Wolfpack at this point. Is that major penalty?
Yeah. Wow. Looks like their coach is real animated right now. Looks like he's having fun. Yeah, it looked like, that penalty really did hurt them. It took quite a few players off the field, and not too much to say after that, man. So Wolfpack taking the first point here over Distortion. And they were kind of distorted on that last point,
They were slightly distorted on that last point. And, the rules with how the penalties work for the divisional play is that a major penalty is a 2-for-1. That's pretty disastrous. And that's why you were just seeing just a flock of Distortion players just migrating off the field. And minor penalties are a 1-for-1. So no penalty clock, no time needs to be served. It's just immediate destruction for your team if you decide to play on.
Immediate.
And Nick Sloviak from Chicago Aftershock helping out the hometown boys here.
Yes, he is.
Very disappointing performance for Chicago Aftershock.
Unfortunately, they didn't make the dance.
And, love those, they didn't make the dance, and love those guys. And I know they train hard and they try hard, but just coming up short here so far in 2011. And after coming off that awesome second place finish that they had, they lost to the Russians last year at the World Cup, but they played great to get there, and they've just been struggling since then. I talked to Nick about it, and they've really got some infrastructural things that they need to kind of clear up, but they're pretty adamant about wanting to make it happen. So we will see.
Nick's such a great guy,
Nick's a great guy. Hopefully we'll have him up here a little bit later on, and actually can get a little bit of that insight.
Looks like we got both teams back out on the field with, looks like 17 seconds on the clock before the next point begins. Probably look for Distortion, come out and try not to get a penalty on this point here. 2 seconds, and we're off. Oh,
looks like one of mine got shot. Looks like one of the Wolfpack players might have got shot on the top of his head. Referee is in there checking him out.
Looks like 2 Distortion players. 2 Distortion players from the Snake side is coming off. Wolfpack into the Snake.
Yeah, Wolfpack getting in the Snake, making his way up to the 50-yard line immediately. Nice job, number 9.
Trying to look for that cross-field shot here.
Oh, and he absolutely destroys Distortion. You gotta play it. You have to, when you get into a 40-yard line Dorito, you have to play it, at least when you first dive in there, like the Snake 50's hot. Until you know it's not hot, you play it like it's hot. That's one of the general rules of paintball. Because if you don't do that, what's gonna happen is exactly what just happened right now, as Wolfpack torches down the 40-yard line Dorito player for Distortion. Right now, Distortion, only 2 players left alive, Cat.
Oh yeah, only 2, and we got what do we got here? 4 live for Wolfpack.
Yeah, Wolfpack looks good right now.
Yeah, looking real strong right now. We got that Snake player trying to find that crossfield shot, throwing some ropes his way.
And this is again a race to 5.
Yeah. Look for this. He's backing up, trying to find another angle on that back left stand up or little stand up.
Wolfpack playing tight right now. You know, Wolfpack, all the other players except for that back corner player on the Dorito side of the field, now finally making a move. I was about to say, you need to really kind of be playing these bunkers like you want to move. I mean, this field has a lot of moves available. It's not the easiest of fields necessarily to make moves, which is why.
And this could be checkmate right here, my friend.
Yeah, well, let's see if he can do something with this.
Oh, it's making a run through.
Oh, and I think he got shot in the barrel. It's just playing too hot, just too loose in there.
He got greedy.
He did. He got greedy. He got into a really good spot, and it's Faustina.
They're a little too greedy.
He got in a really good spot, and I don't understand why he was. I mean, I know why. He was trying to pick up the player diving in 40-yard line Dorito. Yeah. But when you get tunnel vision on that, you're basically exposing his play. And he knew where that guy was in the nub.
The nub being eliminated, and now the lonely Distortion player in the Dorito side. Here comes the pain train. And ticket voucher, please. Thank you. Looks like Wolfpack is going to take a
2-0 lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strong showing for them right now. Dominating the snake, you know.
Yeah, Wolfpack looks pretty solid. Distortion is struggling. You know, they had that major penalty and had that. I mean, they get a major penalty in divisional play. Unless somebody steps up and just does some heroic, amazing moves, you're going to lose that point because you lose the guy that got shot and you lose 2 additional players. So you lose 3 bodies.
Definitely.
You know, you're pretty much going to lose that point. That was the story of the first point. And then Wolfpack comes out, plays a very strong, solid, conservative point, except for some aggressive moves by, I believe his name is Faustino, down here on the snake side of the field. And basically, you know, other than him, everyone else played pretty solid, you know, and pretty calm.
Faustini.
Dominic Faustini. So I thought overall he played really well down here. Great move to get across the gap. The only thing that really happened was when the Distortion player was diving into the Dorito, you basically, you know how that happens. It's like you see the body flying across, you're just trying to get a stream of pain, just getting some balls in on him. And he got picked up hit off the barrel by the little nubbin over there. Insert little cake right behind right by the center 50 back bunker.
Yeah, just next time, I don't know, man. Play it a little tight, you know, stay alive. I know you want to get that shot, but don't sacrifice yourself if you're in a crucial position, you know. Pretty much a big thorn in their side.
Yeah, so the roster for the Wolfpack is Tim Beloy, Dominic Faustini, David Freed, Nick Gartner, Alex Gray, Chris Kutzler, Steven Nelson, Chris Straza, Ian Wilson, and Zachary Zephyrus. That's an interesting name.
And parents out there listening, if we butchered your son's name, we do apologize.
Yes. I thought I did pretty decent on those.
You did. You know what? You did.
It's when I get to the Russians that I kind of stumble.
Russian, you sound like a substitute teacher.
Here, let's just for fun. We'll do it next point, but just for fun, I would like you to read the Grad Moscow lineup.
Oh, man.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
All right, here we go. Start of this next break, and Distortion needs to get something going here. Tons of time left for them to do so, but they need to live off the break as they lose their back corner bunker on the snake side of the field. They're doubling up with split guns, one shooting each way in that back center.
Wolfpack into the snake here, getting eliminated.
Oh, the Wolfpack losing 3 players, Cat. And an additional one.
And the great migration begins for the Wolfpack.
Yeah. And the Wolves are migrating back to the pit area.
Yeah. Looks like there's one lonely wolf, a lone wolf, as you will.
Yes.
In the back bunker. Us 3 lone wolves walking around in Chicago. And I won't finish that sentence because I let Pat screw off.
All right, so finally Distortion getting on the board as Wolfpack draws a penalty of their own. Score is going to be 2-1. We have ourselves a game, Cat.
That goes to show you, man. Penalties will kill you.
Yeah, they definitely will. You got to stay, especially in the divisional play. You know, you get that. You can when in the pros, it's interesting because guys, you send a guy to the box and a player comes off, but then you're going to get that guy back. Yeah. So you literally kind of get another life almost, or you do get another life. And here it's the complete opposite. I mean, that major penalty, then there's no time served. Just it's you and 2 of your buddies are walking off.
No time served.
Now
you're off on good behavior.
Yeah,
you know?
you're off. Just immediate probation.
Yeah.
All right. So now, these teams are that we're watching battle. Wolfpack and Distortion are waiting. Are trying to meet Grad Moscow in the finals.
Yes, they are.
So why don't you read the players for Grad Moscow for us, Catfish?
Oh man. So, Catfish the Butcher here. I'd like to start off with
Catfish the Butcher.
Alexander Galka.
Very, very good.
Vladimir. That's a strong name, Vladimir.
It is.
You name your child Vladimir, that's gonna be a strong guy.
Vlad.
I'm gonna skip the last name and go next to the very next one.
Cheater.
Alexei.
What if Vladimir's mom is listening back in Russia?
And then if she's listening to Moscow, there's a good chance she can't understand what I'm saying right now.
That one was an easy one too.
What was it?
Graborsky.
Graborsky. Matt, why you gotta throw me out there? Just because you're an English major doesn't mean anything, man.
This is Russian.
This is Russian.
I've got no frame of reference for this.
No frame of reference, Donnie. No frame of reference. I'm gonna stop there because the rest of it just gets real hard, like a quiz, and I'm not too good on quizzes right now.
Well, I'll give it a shot when they actually grace the field in the finals.
Give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot.
I can also read players and staff off of their side, and Grad Moscow, and from there I'm just gonna go with numbers off their back.
All right. Well, you get to read the Distortion lineup shortly. How about that?
All right. I think I can.
All right. We're watching the breakout here, and we have ourselves a 1-point match. It's 2-1 in favor of Wolfpack. Wolfpack no longer doubling up that back center, take a much more aggressive stance here in this next game, or this game we're watching right now, as they have pushed aggressively up the center of the field.
Oh, looks like Distortion making a move to the snake here.
Yeah, Distortion, well, trying to make a move to the snake. Looks like he might be having gun problems. And Distortion pressing real hard up the Dorito side of the field.
Wolfpack coming off the field.
But Distortion also losing a player. So both teams losing players as we see some action start to go down in the center and on the Dorito side as Distortion gets shot. And
the Wolfpack player.
So Distortion throwing bodies at the Wolfpack player who made it into the 50-yard line, Dorito, but to no avail. It looks like he's still alive in there.
Oh, yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive, handling business, so chalking up kills,
a little head massage for the player in the snake side.
I'm not sure who that is for the Wolfpack, but he's got himself a 3-pack right now.
Oh, God. Thank you for playing, but can you get off my field?
Yeah, he's just dominating right now.
Yeah, looks like Wolfpack coming out strong.
Little too much Wolfpack for Distortion.
Well, this player needs to open the field up right now, is what he needs to do, the back center. He needs to come out a little bit wide, catch that pack. Coach needs to yell at him to either up on his load or someone's yelling from the stands. Apparently he was hit on his loader, Matt.
Apparently.
I'm checking out the Wolfpack
So that's
player.
number 3 for Wolfpack, and
a 3-1 lead looks like here for Wolfpack, and they're gonna take their time in hanging that flag. And the plot thickens.
So that's Tim Beloy. Tim Beloy, awesome job by Tim Beloy. Stepped up, just feasting on flesh over on the Dorito side of the field. Looked like he got at least 4 kills. I'm not sure. He might have got 5. Definitely got himself a 4-pack too. He took the player out, coming out from the center of the field. Another guy's running, streaking down the Dorito side. Took that guy out too, able to polish off the dude over here on the snake side of the field. And he got a kill before that. Yeah. So 4 kills for Tim Beloy in that last game to make the score 3-1. And it's about 8 minutes there's 8 minutes and 23 seconds to go here in this game. Distortion needs to get something going, because though they do have a point, it's pretty much been all the Wolfpack so far.
Yeah, definitely. They should have. Wolfpack players should have definitely come out wide and opened that field up a little bit more. But I mean, they're not in a hurry right now. It looks like they're in the driver's seat, as to say. Controlling the tempo of the game, and just every point they win, they take their time walking it back. Don't even walk it back all the way. Try to hide behind bunkers to take some time off that clock, which in part can help you, but in part can really hurt you if you know, Distortion decides to wake up here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, GI Sports Paintball Platinum Series sponsor of the PSP. Join GI Sports Facebook page and guess how many cases of paintballs Russian Legion shot in the first 4 games. The closest number will win 3 free cases of 4-star Imperial paintballs. And GI will be announcing the winner at 10 a.m. this morning.
I'm going to go with a case and a half.
I mean, 3 free cases of paint. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, my guess would be a case and a half.
How many do you, I mean, we've been playing the Russians for a lot of years. How many cases do you think they shot?
Case and a half.
Okay. You get an F this morning.
For fabulous. And we're off.
Wolfpack heavy guns in the center off the break. Taking a little bit of ground. And now streaking, and it's
trying to find those kills.
Yeah,
Looks like Distortion is trying to play the back line real quick, figure out what's going on. Oh, Wolfpack players coming off. That's 2 of them. Coming off the Dorito side, kind of emptying down that Dorito side. Yeah, so only 3 players left alive for the Wolfpack right now as Distortion, the hometown boys here from Chicago, trying to make something happen, getting into the snake, immediately past to the 50-yard line and past the gap. Oh, man, he is not stopping. Onto the Wolfpack side of the field. Wolfpack has no, this is going to be awesome. Oh! Thank you for playing. Good night, Gartner. Good night, Gartner. So Gartner walks off. Oh, man. Nice job. To Distortion, needed to get something going. This is exactly what they wanted to happen. Is we have ourselves a 1-point match and the flag gets sprinted in, trying to conserve all the time possible. 7 minutes and 21 seconds left just as he hangs it. The score is going to be 3-2, still in favor of the Wolfpack, but you got to give it to Distortion for stepping up. That was a very quick point. I mean, they needed one of those. They came out strong and capitalized on you know, some of those easy kills or real weak gunfighting skills at that current moment. Your power stroke. And so, got a minute 30 seconds to go here on the countdown clock before the start of this next point. Again, this is a race to 5. In case you're just tuning in, this is the 2011 Chicago PSP Open here, just outside of Chicago in Joliet, Illinois. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm up here with Kevin Catfish Arcilla, world champion, former player for the Ironman, Excessive. Now on a short bus. And now he is gracing the short bus and entertaining us with his witticisms. Which we do have a new short bus out right now on our website if you'd like to go check it out. It's short bus episode 8. It might be funny, you know. It could be. You know, you're sometimes you're funny. Oh, sometimes. Occasionally. Occasionally. It doesn't happen quite often, but you know, I have my moments. Emphasis on occasionally. Occasion. Nah, it's always hilarious. All right, so just about 35 seconds to go. And now, basically, Distortion, that was a good point for them. They were able to kill a couple of the Wolfpack out of their bunkers, and which is not something that they've really been able to do before. Wolfpack's been doing a really good job of living their bunkers. Not a lot of ground is being taken in their secondary moves, but they made some. You got a little bit off the break. So I don't know. We'll see how this next one goes. It looks like they're waiting to get that first initial couple kills before, you know, they're making their secondary moves. Well, this is kind of a counterpunch field. We were seeing that a lot yesterday with some of these the pro teams that we were watching. But let's watch the start of this on your screen right now. You're watching the Wolfpack break out. And again, they're taking decent ground off the break in that center each time, going to that stand-up tempo. Distortion looking to do the back line back there. And well, they have the split gun, you know, a gun shooting each way out of the back center. The turret. And it looks like a lonely Wolfpack player is walking off right now. A lone wolf. And Distortion, like I said, you know, getting that initial kill and now making their moves, their secondary moves. Pretty even game so far, or even point. Looks like Wolfpack is locking down the snake side. They got about 3 guns on the snake side locking it down. Looks like the ref checking the back center bunker. So, oh, looks like a Wolfpack player on the right in the back of the Doritos is being eliminated out. That's 2 Wolfpack players out. So it looks to be like 5-on-3, I believe. Or a 5-on-3, and looks like Distortion is now a big move in the center, making it all the way to the 8. He's backed up immediately by one of his cohorts. And here comes Distortion. Distortion making moves across the center of the field. There's still one left alive, and I don't think they realize there's still one left in that center.
And he's still mowing guys down. Now, finally.
Oh!
I thought for a second he was going to
pull one out.
I thought he was going to plant a landmine there.
Yeah. I don't know. The Distortion player was kind of confused. He started to walk off the field like they had won and didn't finish the game.
So the crowd's starting to get into it here. Stands starting to fill up. This day is starting to progress. It's still beautiful outside. And we have ourselves a game. It's all tied up at 3 apiece. Wolfpack taking on Distortion here in our last D2 semifinal matchup. Coming at you next, we have the D1 semifinals. Upton 187 crew going to be taking on the New Jersey Jesters, and then Assault will be taking on the Hurricanes. Definitely should be some good matchups there.
Uptown 187 crew. It's kind of intimidating. Looks like we got the.
All right, so we got coming up next 9:20. Just like I was saying, those are the games coming up. Upton 187 crew taking on the New Jersey Jesters. Then at 10 o'clock, Assault taking on the Hurricanes. And at 11:30, we have the Pro semifinals beginning. Boston Red Legion taking on Impact. These times may change, however, as our usual disclaimer. You know, this is a paintball event, so you never know.
Paintball events, times changing. That never happens, dude. What are you talking about? We're always on time.
Always.
So, Matt,
so
with
Catfish,
your infinite knowledge, who do you foresee in the Pro Finals?
Well, let's see. Dynasty's taking on Ironman. The Ironman definitely do not look bad. They look strong. Dynasty lost their last game of the prelims to Damage, but they looked pretty awesome before that, and they have won 4 events this year. So I'm going to have to go with Dynasty taking down the Ironman. Boston Red Legion taking on Impact. Now, I mean, the Ironman could take, I don't know. Maybe it's Dynasty's turn to lose. I'm not sure. Mouse was playing phenomenal the first day, so if he can step up on the Snake side of the field, it's going to be real hard for him. Though Kyle Spica for the Ironman, I thought that kid's getting good, man. I like Kyle Spica. I don't know. We'll see. Boston Red Legion. I think it's just the easy bet is Dynasty Boston Red Legion, but I don't know. We'll see what teams show up here on Sunday. So here we go, all tied up 3 apiece. 5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining here in this game, in this race to 5. And both teams pretty even at this moment. Five players alive for the Wolfpack.
2 players of Distortion coming off, making it a 3-on-4 in favor of the Wolfpack.
Yeah, so Distortion initially having 5 alive, but then losing bodies to it pretty much at the same time.
This could be devastating here. It looks like they're just sitting there.
I was just gonna say the same thing. And Catfish, you know, right now, I understand the game's tied. No one wants to make a mistake, and this is not the most aggressive field layout that we've seen. However, you can make moves on this field.
Look for the Snake to move right now, or not.
Well, Wolfpack, the insert bunker behind the Snake for Wolfpack. You're looking at that player on your screen right now. Look at his body language. He wants to make a move. He's back behind the bunker slightly, which he needs to be careful about. Distortion Distortion has lost 3 bodies out of their bunkers so far at this point.
Being eliminated, trying to make that move. Looks to be a 3-on-2 now, still in favor of the Wolfpack. And Distortion still in the back line of the field here, not really looking to move.
They're finally making a move.
Opening the field up a little bit, which is a smart move. You know, you always want to open up the field. Create new angles for you and your teammates. Again, the body language on this guy here just looks like he's not going to do anything for some reason.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't look like he wants to move.
Yeah, not at all. Looks like Distortion making some moves of their own here to the Snake, trying to get closer. Trying to insert here. I don't know. It looks like there's a low in the game right now. Doesn't look like much is.
Yeah, very slow point so far. Neither team wanting to make a mistake, and I think at this point, Cat, is they're probably running out of paint.
Maybe just a little bit of paint.
Well, it looks like the Wolfpack player over here in the insert bunker behind the Snake, he still has a couple paws on his back.
Oh.
There, and an aggressive move made up on the Dorito side of the field for the Wolfpack. The referee running in over there.
Oh, into the Snake.
Anytime you see a referee run all the way from the opposite side of the field, it's not a good thing.
Definitely not.
But apparently he just wanted a little bit of exercise because the player's clean.
Oh,
bad death for
That
number
player was not
57
clean.
for the Wolfpack.
Oh, and that player's not clean.
And bad, not clean. Just
that was not an egg
couple
move,
of bad
my friend.
deaths for both teams here, and it clears out the snake side of the field, and it looks like we have ourselves another one-on-one situation.
It is another one-on-one situation.
And this could be for the win here, depending on how long this goes. And we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Again, this is the D2 semifinals. These teams playing.
Oh, he didn't see the move.
To see who meets. Yeah, it looks like he lost him.
He didn't see the move. Oh, thanks for playing. Have a nice trip.
Wow, and he waves by.
Goodbye. Well, the Wolfpack being a little aggressive here, huh?
Nice job. That was a very well fought end of that game, back and forth. And Wolfpack pulling up one over Distortion. Hometown boys here, 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. They're going to have to try to score a quick point here to tie it up.
I foresee a bloodbath in this next point. I'm just saying.
Well, they don't have to. They got 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
2 minutes is not a lot of time, though, man.
No, 2 minutes is not a lot of time.
They just ate off 5 minutes on that one point.
2 minutes is not 2 minutes is not a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it is enough time.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
is true.
This field out is really not conducive to lots of ridiculously fast points, but we have seen some very quick points.
Yes, we have.
In fact, we yesterday the Ironmen were playing a game. They went down 4-0, and those 4 points were scored in under, or they went down 3-0, and those score points were scored in under 3 minutes. So it looks like there's a timeout called by Wolfpack. And I don't know why Wolfpack would call that timeout. They're winning right now.
Yeah.
Now you're going to give Distortion an extra 2 minutes to put together some sort of awesome game plan.
Yeah, and they have Nick out there, Mr. Sloviak, helping them out. He's actually on the field pointing out bunkers to them. We got the cleaning crew out too.
Sometimes teams call timeouts, and I'm just thinking,
why?
But you never know. We don't know why they're calling the timeout. Yeah. Maybe they had some sort of
gun problems. Maybe
a gun problem. Maybe somebody got shot a lot and they had to clean up, and it's one of their core guys, and he needs to get back out there because this point is so crucial. It's tough to tell. However, Wolfpack looks like they called the timeout. Score 4 for Wolfpack, 3 for Distortion. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. Right now, you're looking at Distortion on your screen again. Hometown guys here from Chicago. Their hometown or home field is Badlands, and their oldest player is 23. So a very young squad. It's impressive that a squad that young here is playing in the semifinals. And both of these teams right now are playing to see who is going to go take on Grad Moscow, who destroyed Dow Warburg in our internationally flavored first D2 semifinal matchup this morning.
Yeah, a little taste of Europe. Looks like we got the Wolfpack players shuffling out of their pit here now, making their way to the flag station for what possibly could be the final point or the turning point in this match here. These refs are just clean off these bunkers.
Oh, they got to, and it's
like a Zamboni of sorts.
They're doing a good job. This is if those bunkers remain painted, it's just straight argument starting all day, every day.
Wait a minute. You're telling me players argue with the refs here?
Look, Catfish, I know.
You're telling me this?
I know it's a stretch of the imagination. I know it's going to require you to use some of those brain cells to formulate some sort of kind of image in your mind of an arguing player, which is weird. I know that's strange.
It's weird because paintball's been
I know when you played, you were calm as a day at church. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not the Southern Baptist church where everyone's screaming, talking about Northern Protestant, very calm, reflective people like yourself, kind of calm, reflective. Yeah.
Never argue.
No
with the
Latin
refs.
heat whatsoever in your blood.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we've actually seen some pretty interesting. It hasn't been too crazy of an argument day, but yesterday, because as the prelims go through, as the prelims end, you're going to see a lot of teams that are potentially going home start to get real angry at things. All right, so this is it on the breakout here. Let's see if Distortion can get back in this match.
Distortion player being eliminated.
And Distortion, they had doubled up that back center, finally getting a player out of that, and he heads up into the center stand-up temple. He's in there clean, so 4 players left alive for Distortion. They have no one on the Snake side of the field, though.
Distortion players making moves on the Dorito side. Still, the Wolfpack still 5 players strong, while Distortion is losing players. They're now 2 down, making it a 5-on-3 in favor of the pack.
And Wolfpack, they're playing smart right now. They're all, look at them, 5 guns up. Everyone's rolling their guns. Yeah. I would like to see another move here to just insert bunker behind the Snake and then maybe get in the Snake. That would seal the deal. Yeah. Minute and 30 seconds left. You get somebody in the Snake chopping the cross field and somebody watching over him here in that stand-up temple.
Yeah.
Oh, then Wolfpack losing a player.
I don't foresee Wolfpack moving out of their bunkers right now. I mean, there's a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, and they're up a point. You know what I mean? I don't foresee them doing too much right now besides locking down the lanes that they're locking down at the current moment.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really think that they need to.
Well, they don't.
You know, under a minute remaining here now, 59 seconds.
Distortion needs to do something. I mean,
but I want to see Wolfpack shooting those guns. It's one thing to have the gun up, but at this point, with under a minute left and you're only down 1 point or up 1 point, you really got to make sure the other team's not thinking about playing paintball, they're thinking about living. Because right now, if you're Distortion, you want to be wiling out, gunfighting out of your bunker, trying to put guys in and making a move. Put a guy in and go, put a guy in and go, put a guy in and go. That's what we used to say. Exactly. You know, it's like if you are down at this point, 30 seconds left, you know, and you're down, you're only down 1 point, hey man, put a guy in and make a move. You do not want to, if this horn blows and Distortion is still in their bunkers, I would be incredibly angry as their coach. You know, if you're not walking off dead when this horn blows, or with the flag in your hand, then you did not do your job this game. Like it's unfathomable to me with 12 seconds left how Distortion is still, like, this guy is on his knees here in the bunker behind the A. Get up on your feet, kid, and start rolling your guns and put somebody in.
Oh, being eliminated.
So congratulations to the Wolfpack as they narrowly take down Distortion. But honestly, I think this game was not as close as the score dictates.
No, it definitely wasn't. I mean, like you said, the last game, it just, the body, you know, I don't know, it just confused. The team needed to go. I mean, there was 3 minutes left on the clock. They needed to conserve, you know, a lot of that to win this game, and they just didn't do anything. I mean, we both knew that Wolfpack wasn't going to do anything. As we see them celebrating on the field, I mean, they weren't going to do anything, you know, but sit in their bunkers and eat away at those 3 minutes. But I mean, for Distortion to just sit there and not send a missile, you know,
absolutely, send a missile, some sort of stunt. You know what that tells me is they have not practiced those drills.
No.
You know, they haven't really spent any time doing those last minute. Okay, there's 3 guys. You're pushing in 5 guys. You're pushing in 3 guys. However many guys, doesn't matter. Anyway, regardless, Wolfpack, congratulations to them celebrating. They will be heading on to the finals. I'm Matty Marshall. I'll see you in just a few minutes.